right, do you need to verticut your lawn this year? That is a question that a lot of people might be asking themselves at this time of year, and it's certainly a question that I've asked myself over the past few years too. So I want to break through some of the nonsense and get into why I'm actually going to verticut this lawn today. A verticutter does quite simply what it says on the tin. It cuts your lawn vertically using a cartridge like this, where you have these little ninja star fellas and you cut through the density within your lawn. I cut this lawn in the same direction pretty much every single time. The odd time I'll go against the grain. But the problem is, as I flatten the grass plants with the roller of the lawnmower, the grass tends to lie slightly in that direction. And then as it grows, it tends to grow in that direction. And then it creates more plants going all the same way, which creates monstrous density, creating lots of grass plants that are bunching together tightly. So when I go across with the lawnmower, what's happening is I'm lifting some of those flattened grass plants, and it's creating these like stripes that almost stand up between the two grass plants. So what I did the other day was I cut the lawn in multiple directions. On the allet, there is a grass comb at the bottom. This is the grass comb in question, knocking about there. And I dropped it to the lower setting because what that grass comb does is, before the actual cylinder of the mower cuts the grasses, the comb tends to stand the grasses up, meaning you get a much more accurate height of cut. But also what it did do was it stood up these fellas and cut them quite short. It kind of scalped the spaces in between the stripes. So you can kind of see where we have discoloration between all of the stripes here, where it's scalped what were quite long, monstrous plants that have been growing laterally across the lawn. They say with the tree, when's the best time to plant it? 25 years ago. Second best time to plant it is now. It's the same with this fella. I'm a little bit late to the game this year using it. However, it's going to come in really handy now because it's going to prevent the problem being a problem moving forwards. So just a few things to consider then when verticutting. Firstly, you're going to want to go against the normal cutting pattern. So there'll be no point in me cutting with the stripes. I want to be going against them because that's where most of that lateral growth is going to be found. And secondly, you don't want to be going really, really deep. We literally just want to be nicking the top part of that sward. If you go down to soil, you're going far too low, and at that point you end up scarifying rather than verticutting. So there we go. You can see some of the dead material that has come out. What I am going to do is drop the height slightly on the verticutter. I'm now going to cut almost diagonally to the lawn, again, just to cut through any of that additional lateral growth. Now we're going to get the cutting cartridge back on the mower. I'm going to cut this back down at 20mm, and we'll see how it's looking. In particular, we'll see what the spaces between the stripes are looking like. You can see though that if we get down low to the grass now, I mean, ignore the dodgy stripage there, but we've not got those unsightly ridges that we had prior. And when I was out cutting this the other day, it was really frustrating having like kind of little islands along the way. It looked like little speed bumps in the lawn. So to have a look in this boss now, happy days. If you want a lawn that looks this boss, then I do have loads of basic lawn tip videos on this channel, breaking through the waffle. There'll be a video on screen now showing you how to actually get this lawn with one renovation. It's not been renovated now for over 2 years, and that's because that one renovation has given us an absolutely boss space. So yeah, check that video out if you want to. And finally, thanks for watching.